It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
Check. What? Check out.
Now they try the right side here. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. He's checking. Crash. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 52.
26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the 16, Prescott. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. taking it in from a yard out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forbath, the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 7, 49ers nothing.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard at the 36-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
We're going to 54 wires. We're going to 54 wires.
Prescott now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Watch 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second down, Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A first down carry by Elliott. Oh, he jumps over him at the 45. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. 10th carry now for Elliott. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Buying, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Hey, 47.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
White.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go. 13.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They go to Elliott again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. On third down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Elliott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Again, it's Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Woods with a pick.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They start on the ground with Elliott. And an alley to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 79 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going to give this time to the tailback. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Garoppolo looks to throw. Now in desperation. He's got a man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So this one will end in a victory.